Good afternoon. Today I would like to discuss how to eliminate yourself of toxic people. Have you ever encountered a toxic person? What do you do when someone cuts you off in traffic? Or how do you respond to the rude cashier at the grocery store? What's your reaction to your friend who turns small matters into significant issues? As a United States Army veteran, having lived in various states and cultures and exposed to many people, I will declare we all have dealt with toxic people. A 2011 NBC Today poll of 18,000 women and 4,000 men showed that 84% of women and 75% of men have had toxic friends. Today I'd like to explain why eliminating toxic people is necessary, how to recognize toxic people, who they are, what they do, and conclude with 3 ways to deal with toxic people. So why is eliminating toxic people necessary? Physicians and addiction specialists often have medically detoxified chemically dependent people from addicting drugs such as alcohol, narcotics, and others. According to Dr. Jonas Webb's 8 Ways to Detoxify People, if you grow up as a toxic parent or with a toxic parent, toxic sibling, or another close family member, you are likely more vulnerable to destructive relationship as an adult. Detoxification is the first step before progress can occur towards a more rewarding life and rehabilitation. I suggest that you detoxify yourself from toxic people in your life. So how can I recognize a toxic person? Toxic people are poisonous to your goals, health, and spirit. They are the people at your work, social events, neighborhoods, who make you feel unsafe, uneasy, and insignificant. They make you feel drained of your energy and demoralized. They are people who bring you candy when you're on a diet or tell jokes at your expense. They are people who prod you into inappropriate behaviors. Dr. Gemma Gladstone's Guides to Recognizing and Dealing with Toxic People highlights several types of toxic people: critics, passive aggressors, narcissists, and stonewallers. Dr. Gladstone states critics are toxic people who undermine your sense of self-esteem. Critics will criticize everything about you. Passive aggressors suggest and display signs of sarcasm, backhanded compliments, and express mixed messages. When speaking to passive aggressors, you have to walk on eggshells to prevent you from saying things that will spark a confrontation. Narcissists choose a single way to undermine your happiness. They are one-way communicators. Narcissists only talk about themselves and never wait for a response from the person they are talking to. They love hearing their own voice. Stonewallers refuse to maintain open communication and never try to resolve whatever issue you might have. In our lives, we are bound to encounter toxic people. But what do we do when someone is genuinely toxic? What do we do when a toxic person brings out the worst in us? I want to give you 3 ways to deal with toxic people, as highlighted in Dr. Gladstone's article. Number 1, protect yourself potentially from toxic interactions. Learn how to protect yourself from negativity. The article recommends using I statements. I statements should be used in expressing how you feel. Number 2, check your reactions. Checking your reactions means making sure your responses do not lead to aggravating the toxic person involved. And number 3, stay away from toxic people. Toxic people spew toxins. They offer negativity and obstruction. The best method for dealing with toxic people is to leave them alone. In conclusion, please rid yourself of toxic people in your life, just as some people must rid themselves of toxic substances. If you can't eliminate certain toxic people, at least limit your time with them as much as possible. Thank you.